Hey guys, so yesterday we looked at some of the housing situations for immigrants in America. Today we're going to be looking at a woman, her name is Jane Addams, and what she did to try to improve the living situations for immigrants in the 1900s. It says some people during this time, especially women, especially Jane Addams, tried to help improve working conditions for poor people living in the cities. If you have time, you can click this little link right here, and it's going to give you a great overview of everything that Jane Addams did to try to improve city life. We're going to read a little bit about her and a little bit about the whole house that she created. All right, so here's a picture of her when she is older. Jane Laura Addams. She was born September 6, 1860, and died May 21st, in 1935. She lived to be about 75 years old. She was an American social reformer, pacifist, and women's rights advocate. So she fought to make sure that people could have good lives, for women's to be treated equal to men. It says in 1889, she influenced by British precedents, she founded Hull House, an institution in Chicago, where she and other social reformers lived and worked to improve conditions in the city slums. The Hull House became a model for many other settlement houses in the United States. Jane Addams became the president of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, and she's actually going to win a Nobel Peace Prize in 1931, and she wrote a few books about it. So, this is going to be the first time we are seeing a type of government housing in a city. So, she's going to create what's called the Whole House, and there are going to be other people that are working with her, and she's going to provide housing to those who are really suffering. Maybe they're homeless, maybe they're living in such bad conditions that it's just very unsafe. And she's going to try to create a place that is livable and safe for not only immigrants but anybody else who was in need. So let's look a little bit more about the Hull House. It says the Hull House was founded in 1889 by Jane Addams and others. It was one of the first settlement houses in the United States. Its initial programs including providing recreational facilities for slum children. All right, so it first started off by giving a place where children could go. Fighting for children labor laws. They would get lawsuits and things against different companies that were putting little children to work, and helping immigrants become U.S. citizens. There were people that worked under Jane Addams that would help these immigrants that were being detained or that were being treated very poorly to gain citizenship and to get a good job to provide for their family. It says the program has grown to include a notable experimental theater group. So now it's even teaching skills to adults and children. It says the original building constructed in 1856 by Charles Hull, why it has the name the Hull House, is now a museum where you can go and check it out. So this is where a lot of children could go, where people could go, and this is also going to be kind of the office building where a lot of social reformers worked, people trying to improve people's lives in the city. So she really had a big influence on the city of Chicago, enough so that she even won the Nobel Peace Prize for trying to help others and make other people's lives even better. All right, so here's your exit ticket. How did women like Jane Addams influence and change working conditions in the United States? Okay, so you need to provide some evidence from the video or either of the two sources that I showed you in the video to be evidence for your answer and support your answer of how she changed life for immigrants here in the United States, and then be sure to connect this to a claim. Now, anytime I see the word change in a question, I automatically know that this is probably going to connect to the theme of continuity and change. She is making a change in working conditions for immigrants and those in need in the United States. All right, so you can go ahead and complete your exit ticket, and then tomorrow we're going to be looking at the famous American Dream.